In this video, I'm going to share some tips for faster editing in Final Cut Pro. I wanted to remake this video because Final Cut has added some new features since the last time we talked about faster editing. Plus, there's just a lot of new Final Cut Pro users since Apple launched Creator Studio. So this video is going to be a mix of oldies but goodies, plus some new ideas for faster editing. We're going to talk about ways you can improve your workflows, as well as some ways to speed up your machine. All right, let's get into it, starting in the browser. When you're previewing long sound bites in the browser, you can play them in double time by hitting L twice on your keyboard, literally cutting your media review times in half. I've gotten so used to listening to clips at high speed here in Final Cut Pro that I can almost never watch anything in normal speed anymore. Give this video a like if you're watching me in high speed right now. Another tip in the browser is to mark the best parts of your clips by using the favorites function. Final Cut Pro is famous for its organizational tools here in the browser. You can sort your media in a myriad of ways by assigning keywords, creating smart collections, and so much more. But for those of you fellow C students who just want to do the bare minimum to mark the best parts of your clips, all you need to do is select the ranges you like and hit the F key to mark them as favorites. And then when you're finished with that, drop down to favorites, and there are your best takes. Okay, let's widen up from the browser and take a look at your screen as a whole. Another way to edit faster is to customize your workspace based on the task at hand. So for instance, if you're reviewing a bunch of clips to mark those favorites, you can close the timeline and the inspector so you can see more clips at once, way less scrolling here. Or if you're color correcting or adding effects to your videos, close the browser so the viewer is bigger and you can really see what you're doing. And if you're adding multiple effects to clips, expand the inspector full height by double clicking here at the top so you can stop scrolling up and down. Now let's focus in on that timeline. There are a lot of ways to edit faster in the timeline. First, you might want to try switching from the blade tool to the range tool. So let's say you're trying to cut out breaths from a speaker. Instead of blading on each side of the breath, switching back to the select tool and then hitting the delete key, try switching to the range tool by hitting the R key and clicking and dragging on the clip to select that breath and then hit the delete key. This cuts your keystrokes in half. Another must for faster editing is memorizing some essential keyboard shortcuts, like Command T to add a cross dissolve, nudging clips frame by frame with the period and comma keys, and disabling clips with the V key. Final Cut Pro has literally hundreds of keyboard shortcuts, and unless you're some sort of savant, you're never going to memorize them all, but that's okay. I've compiled a list of essential Final Cut Pro shortcuts and made them into a PDF that you can download for free at my website, JennJager.com. I will link to that below. One more timeline tip is creating connected storylines by marquee selecting multiple clips and grouping them together by hitting Command G. See this little bubble? This lets you modify a B-roll sequence effortlessly. You can reposition the whole sequence as a whole, easily reorder these shots, or you can trim or extend clips without bumping them to the next layer. Now I want to give you some ideas for speeding up your workflow when you're color correcting. So if you're the kind of person who likes to drop an entire interview in a timeline and then cut from there, try adding an adjustment clip on top of those sound bites and then adding your color corrections to that adjustment clip. That way you can keep tweaking your color correction as you edit, and you don't have to worry about copying and pasting those effects to every individual clip. It'll affect anything underneath it. But if you're the kind of person who likes to preview your clips in the browser and then make your selections and then bring them into the timeline, here's another trick for you. Before you do anything, before you start reviewing your clips, drag your entire interview into the timeline and apply your color corrections to that entire clip. Then select that clip and hit Command O to create what's called a compound clip. And this compound clip will land inside your browser. And then instead of previewing the raw clip before you drop it into your timeline, make your selections out of this compound clip. And so they'll already be color corrected when you drop them into your timeline. And then if you change your mind and want to adjust that color correction later in your edit, just open up that compound clip again and make your tweaks to your color correction. And then those color adjustments will be applied every time that clip appears in your timeline. And if you're someone who edits a lot of projects that were shot in a controlled setting, let's say you edit podcasts and it's in a little studio where the lighting and camera settings are always the same, you're probably applying the same color correction over and over and over every time you edit an episode. You can speed up that workflow by saving those color corrections as a preset. So just apply your color correction, and it can be multiple effects stacked like this, and then hit this button here, Save Effects Preset. You can select which attributes and effects you want to include in your preset, and then choose the effects category where you want that preset to live. Now, every time you want to apply that exact color correction, it's already saved in your effects. You don't have to do it every time. And this last set of tips is for helping your Mac run faster. You don't want to make your machine work any harder than it needs to. So first off, you may want to consider disabling background rendering. Rendering is the process your computer does to make playback run smoothly. These little dots at the top of my timeline mean that this timeline is not rendered. And as Final Cut renders, the little dots disappear. And as you modify clips in your timeline, Final Cut will just keep rendering and rendering and rendering over. So you can disable this automatic rendering by heading up to Final Cut Pro, Settings, and then in the dialog box, navigate over to Playback, and you can disable the background render. And then when you're ready for Final Cut to render your timeline so you can play it back smoothly, just force it to render by hitting Control, Shift, and R. Another way to reduce your Mac's effort is to be strategic about clip analysis during import. So for instance, you can see that I've got a clip of myself from a previous video here, and it's just one shot of me talking. So I don't need Final Cut to perform the visual search on this clip because it's just me. So you can uncheck that process before you import. Conversely, if you're importing clips that are entirely B-roll, I want it to do that visual search, but I don't need it to analyze the transcription. That's an unnecessary process here. So really, just be mindful about what processes you need to run when you're importing your media because every situation is different. Another way to speed things up is if your playback feels sluggish, head up to the View menu at the top of the viewer and switch from better quality to better performance. This will give you a slight degradation in the appearance of your clips as you play them back in the viewer, but it does not impact the quality of your exported video. And if your playback still feels really slow and you're getting a lot of beach balls, you may want to create either optimized or proxy media from your raw clips. These are essentially duplicate versions of your original raw media. They're going to help speed up your Mac. So to create these additional files, just select the desired files in your browser, right-click, and select Transcode Media. You can create optimized media, which are going to be very high quality clips that are going to run super smoothly in Final Cut Pro. Optimized media is great for color correction, or you can create proxy media. These are like diet versions of your original clips. They're going to be lower resolution, but they're going to make your Mac run faster as you edit. But when you do go to export, you won't be exporting these proxies. It'll actually export your raw media, or if you made optimized media, it'll export that. And if you do make these proxy files, make sure you're getting the benefit of them in the View menu. Under Media Playback, make sure you switch to Proxy Preferred. This means that Final Cut will select the proxy versions of your media during playback in your timeline. But if you switch to proxy only and you do have clips in your timeline that you have not made proxies for, they're going to show up as missing media. So I definitely prefer Proxy Preferred. Okay, that was definitely a lot of speedy tips for Final Cut Pro. I'm sure you learned something new in this video. If you did, let me know what it is down in the comments. I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. I picked out some other videos I think you're going to love, and I'll see you again.